Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Her life was cut incredibly short, and tonight there's a major break in the case. Sheriff's deputies say they've made an arrest in the shooting death of a 7-year-old little girl in Pontiac. And while the suspected shooter is in custody, Oakland County Sheriff's deputies are looking for the suspected getaway driver, too.
That's 17-year-old Juwan McDonald, 17 years old. A $10,000 reward being offered for tips leading to an arrest. Megan Woods following this story. Any word yet on charges on the main suspect of the shooting in this case, Megan?
Well, Oakland County Prosecutor's Office is still working on that. But in the meantime, the Sheriff's Office is using all of its resources, even partnering with other agencies to find the suspected driver. They say that he needs to be held accountable, too.
If you're willing to take out a 7-year-old in a senseless act, you need to be in prison.
7-year-old Araya Jackson was killed Friday when investigators say an orange Chevy Blazer drove by this home. Oakland County Sheriff's Office says a passenger hung out the window and fired 8 shots. Araya, just getting home from school, was still in the car and was hit in the back of the head.
But we think that the act of violence was targeted, but it missed its target, if you will.
One man, the suspected shooter, is in custody awaiting charges. Now they're looking for the alleged driver, 17-year-old Juwan McDonald of Pontiac. Sheriff Michael Bouchard believes he's hiding.
We need the eyes and ears of the public, of friends. You know, if you're a friend of this person, how can you live with yourself knowing he killed an innocent 7-year-old child coming back from school?
While he may not have pulled the trigger, Sheriff Bouchard says he still played a major role.
Made a very conscious decision with him as the driver of the vehicle to drive up to this location when the passenger in the car, in very clear view, obviously opened fire, ultimately killing a 7-year-old, and he drove off. He was very much a part of the execution of this tragedy.
Again, there is a $10,000 reward for tips leading to his arrest. And if you have any information on where Juwan McDonald may be, you're asked to call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. You can remain anonymous. Live in Pontiac, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
We hope someone will make the call. All right, Megan. Our other top story today at 5, a key hearing for the defendant in the Oxford school shooting.
Ahead of the trial, the judge answered several questions, including who should be responsible for his education while he sits in the Oakland County lockup. Sean Lay is following today's hearing and joins us live with more. Sean.
And Kimberly, in court, we also learned today that the psychiatric evaluation for Ethan Crumbley is now complete. The results not available yet for 45 days. We also learned that Crumbley, behind bars, must continue his education, and that his parents are responsible for making sure he gets his education. But the parents, they're locked up too.
And I just want to know, are you okay with proceeding via Zoom?
Yes, I'm okay with proceeding.
Okay.
A virtual hearing today for Ethan Crumbley at issue. Who is responsible for getting Crumbley an education behind bars?
And it's no longer the parents' responsibility.
That's Crumbley's guardian ad litem, Deborah McKelvey. It's her job to look after the 15-year-old while he's in jail. State law mandates that a juvenile in jail must be allowed to continue with education. McKelvey says she got a memo from the Oakland County Sheriff's Office telling her Crumbley's parents, James and Jennifer Crumbley, are the ones responsible for making sure their son continues his high school education. But they are locked up in the same jail.
It says the child's parent, guardian, or other person in this state having control and charge of the child, which right now, and as of the date of the incident, has been the Oakland County Jail.
McKelvey says a lawyer for Oakland County laid out what education plans are available to Crumbley, where he could earn his high school diploma or GED.
She provided me a list that they are investigating of what they call either strict disciplinary academies or cyber schools. And as I said, I did speak with him yesterday. He is thinking about what path he wants to proceed with.
And in court, all parties saying this question about Ethan Crumbley's education will be wrapped up and answered in 30 days. Kimberly.
I know the hearing today was supposed to be about whether or not Ethan Crumbley should remain in the Oakland County Jail or be transferred to Children's Village as well. What was decided about that today?
Right. The judge said no new evidence was presented to move Crumbley to Children's Village, so the 15-year-old for now remains in the Oakland County Jail. They've got to review this every 30 days. They'll do it again in a month.
Okay. Thanks, Sean.
Well, it turns out they can agree on some things in Lansing, like spending billions of dollars to finally fix Michigan's infrastructure. Late last night, legislative Democrats, the governor, and Republicans agreed to a bipartisan near $5 billion infrastructure bill. That is a lot of money. It's going to a lot of different places, including roads, drinking water repairs, and parks. Rod Maloney with a look at how this money is going to be spent and, importantly, Rod, where it's going to come from.
Well, you know, Devin, for all of those people who wondered where did all those billions go and how are they going to be spent? Well, this is where it's going to be, on things like beat up old grates on bridge overpasses and more traffic cones and orange barrels on our highways. The thaw brings potholes, so expect some relief. But this bill's lion's share, just shy of $2 billion, goes to replacing lead water pipes, cleaning wastewater, and battling PFAS. Democratic House Minority Leader Donald Lisinski says using the federal cash this way is far-reaching.
In strengthening our water infrastructure and ensuring clean drinking water, both at home and at school and at work, that's going to make a monumental change for Michiganders.
Just under $400 million will go to bridge and road repair, plus backup generators on our highway pumps. Republican State Rep Ann Bolin proclaimed last summer's floods cannot continue.
We saw the impact of no electricity on our pump stations. I have a very strong commuter workforce, and they were greatly affected by the problems on the highways in southeast Michigan.
There's $300 million for dam safety and another $250 million to get rural high-speed internet.
When we look at schools and small businesses who are operating more and more out of a home-based environment, $250 million is going to put Michigan at the cutting edge of places to live and work.
Parks and Rec, affordable housing, and the Unemployment Benefit Fund will see $500 million.
At the end of the day, that the UIA, the shortage, the fraud is not on the backs of the business people who really put the money in that fund.
Well, this afternoon, the House and the Senate voted, and all of this sailed through with wide majorities. It goes off to the governor. Expect her signature with a lot of fanfare soon. Back to you.
Well, Rod, we knew there was so much federal money to talk about. Any state money included here?
Well, you know, in a package almost $5 billion, there's a lot of complicated stuff going on.
Yeah.
But yes, the dam section and also the part about the UIA, the unemployment office, that was state money, but most of the rest of it is the federal funds.
That's a lot. All right, Rod. Let's turn to the weather now. We got to see the sun for part of the day anyway.
Yeah, clouds moving in, rain moving back in, and it's going to stay that way for a while, Paul.
Yeah, we had a few breaks, but we're back to the unsettled stuff, and that's going to really kind of continue into the first half of the weekend. We'll talk about the weekend coming up in about 10 minutes. Right now, a few little spritzes to the southeast. Most of the steadier shower activity is farther to the northwest, and that's kind of where it's going to be during the evening hours. You can't rule out a shower for anybody this evening, but the better chances are west and north in the area. Right now, there are the clouds. Oh, God, we need some sun. We're going to finally have a sunny blue sky on Monday, but we got to get all the way there first. Anyhow, we're in the 40s right now. It's a breezy one out there, so not a real pleasant day, but keep in mind that these 40s, you better not get used to this because it's going down, down, down as we head into the weekend. But at least this evening, very slow slippage in the first part of the evening. It's later tonight. We're going to dive into the mid to upper 30s for a low. Be back with that weekend forecast in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Paul. Let's bring in Bernie now. Big night for the Michigan Wolverines.
Sweet 16 matchup tonight. Villanova.
The Wildcats, yes, indeed. Well, you know, Michigan's had such an up and down season. Tonight they could make it way up when they face Villanova in the Sweet 16. We've got highlights of Wolverines working out at the AT&T Center in San Antonio yesterday. Wildcats favored by 5. Remember, Michigan got hit by COVID and Juwan Howard suspended 5 games, but they've overcome all of that. And Juwan says he is this team is very special to him.
This is a dream of theirs to play in March Madness. You know, they've been in high school, they've been in AAU basketball, and they've been looking forward to this opportunity to compete for a national championship. But they also put it in the work back in July, leading up to this point. And so I've been so proud with how they've been so mature.
All right, they're going to tip tonight at 7:29. No one is saying if guard Devontae Jones will play. He had a concussion, as you know, last round, which is when we might just find out about him is at 7:29.
Yeah.
Supper time.
Supper time,
As some,
exactly.
as some folks call it.
You got to eat with a ball game like this, too, right?
How can you?
No, that's true. All right.